Okay, hey team, this is our week's call, and I'm super excited about this call because I put like my heart and soul into this, and I'm giving you a lot of information, not only on how to reach Success Club, but on the individual things that it takes to actually reach Success Club. So I'm really excited about this call. I hope you are too. I think it's going to help a lot of you, judging from the coach check-ins that I've been doing. It has a lot of topics that you guys are struggling with. So I really think that this will be beneficial for everyone on the team. And I can't wait to hear your feedback from it. So I just have a few things to say first. A few of you have mentioned that there have been issues with the links. So if you didn't already see, I did take away all of the team calls from the album that I had made, and I replaced it with like a picture. And when you click on a picture on Facebook, it has a description. The link to the YouTube video corresponding with that team's call is included in the same album. So it should work. It's worked with the people who have had problems, so it should work for everybody else still. From now on, I will be uploading the videos to YouTube right after we log off the team call, and I will share it into the Facebook group so that you get the notification and you can see it in our little discussion feed. Our team challenge group started this week today. So if you aren't in it, make sure that you get in it. I'll post the link in the comments below in the description of this team call. So if you are in it, make sure you're sending the link to people and sharing that group with people if you don't already have your own group, because it is free and open to anybody. So this is really your chance to show people like, hey, I'm a new Beachbody coach. If you don't know what I do, get in this group and I'll show you for free. You get a meal plan, you get the workouts, you get everything. And I'm really putting a lot of effort into this challenge group. So please share away. I'm also really doing my best in that group to kind of talk about the challenge packs and what they get with that. And I know that people who have the challenge packs are the ones who are successful. And so I am kind of offering incentives to make them get the challenge packs. If they don't, it's completely fine. They can still 100% do the challenge. But just for your benefit and for their benefit, they could be getting a challenge pack, and I'm helping you show them the importance and the value that they get from the challenge pack. So just my thoughts on this challenge group that we're doing. On that note, though, don't just send a mass message or be impersonal about it. Just share a short personal message with them. You can be brief. Just say it's free. You get everything you need. I'll be in it. You'll be in it. We can be workout buddies. So also, if you have like family members who might be skeptical, this is a really good opportunity also. So yeah, that will be good. All right, let's dive into this call. I have a lot to teach you, so don't really want to waste that much time. All right, so our topic that you guys chose was how to reach Success Club this month. And clearly everyone wants to reach Success Club, so I'm giving people what they want, basically. Got to give the people what they want. But to begin, I want you to understand what Success Club is. And I know that I've already explained this and stuff, but I want you to really understand why we have it. So you already know the definition and the point system and all that, but do you really understand why it's so important? It's more than getting like free gifts for helping others. It's really an incentive program to get all of us to consistently grow our business. You know, it's not fun to have 2 Success Clubs 1 month and 10 Success Club points the next month, and then 0, and then 12. You know, we want to be consistent with it. And if we do it every single month, then our business will grow. And so Beachbody actually has this point system because every point represents a little snowflake in the snowball effect. If we are consistently helping 3 to 5 people every single month, we will build that snowball so that the momentum just makes it roll faster and faster and faster. And eventually we will be a successful coach with a natural business momentum to reach Success Club. And that takes time, but we have to start now if we want that eventually. So it's no shocker that the way we earn Success Club points is also the way we most efficiently and effectively help people through our business. So it all ties together. So who should set a goal to reach Success Club? If you call yourself a Beachbody coach, you should be shooting for Success Club. No matter what rank you are or how short or how long you've been a coach, or whether you want to make this your career or whether you just want some extra money on the side, Success Club should be your primary focus. Because if you aren't reaching Success Club, you're simply not fulfilling your purpose as a coach, and you're probably not making money either. And I know that there's two reasons that people become coaches. It's because you genuinely want to help people, and because you genuinely need money to support your family or yourself or whoever. And those two things really show us why we become coaches. And if we aren't fulfilling those purposes, then what are we doing? So reaching success is a progress, and that may take time, but make your life easier and start working towards that goal of success now. If you wait until the last day or week of the month, like I've done several times, trust me, you do not want to be in that position. It's super stressful. You're shooting yourself in the foot if you do that, basically. So it's important to remember that the people that you invite today can sense if you're in a rush. So it's going to make the conversation really awkward and uncomfortable. So start today, and so that you generally don't have those stressed or rushed feelings of trying to hit a goal in a certain amount of days. Also, getting to know someone's goals and earning their trust takes time, and you can't do that in a 3-minute conversation or when you have 3 days at the end of the month. You can't build trust that quickly. So allow yourself time to build a relationship with people, and that's really going to make a really big difference in your conversations and your ability to reach Success Club. So in 2011, this is just a random fact that I found, but in 2011, the coaches who reached Success Club every single month of that year saw their paychecks increase by an average of 234%. So that's insane. It doubled, more than doubled, and that was just an average. So do you want in on that? Because I know I do. It's important for a reason, and I don't know, I can't stress to you enough how important Success Club is. So that's really what I wanted to get across in this first little section about not exactly what Success Club is, but why it's so important to our business and to really our goals as coaches is to help as many people as possible. So if you want to help people, if you want to make money, you've got to reach Success Club. So I know you want in on that because you requested this video. So I really just want to get back into it. I want you to know that the things that I'm going to go over in this call aren't exactly tips per se. They're actually just no matter what. If you want Success Club, you have to be doing these they're vital behaviors essentially, but they're different than the Beachbody vital behaviors. But if you want to do that, then you have to make the decision to do what I'm telling you, because I have reached Success Club in the past and I've watched trainings from other coaches, and this is what you need to do to reach Success Club consistently, not just 1 month. All right, so the no matter what, number one, is that you need to have events to invite to. One of the most attractive things about a Beachbody program is that a support group comes with it. So that's your challenge group. And you really need to use that to your advantage. And so just like the free challenge group that we mentioned earlier, that's something that you can really promote without having to, be salesy or be uncomfortable in the conversation, because it's free and it's really just for the purpose of helping people and giving them what they want and just giving them an opportunity to check it out. So even if you don't have your own groups, you can add to mine, just like that team challenge group. And something else that you need to know is that you need to have a consistent calendar, because having consistency not only helps everyone else what to expect from you, but it also helps you expect what goals and benchmarks you need to be reaching throughout the month. So for example, my challenge groups usually start within the first 2 weeks of every month. And the first week of that challenge group is the prep week. So I host sneak peeks also, or sometimes I run like help wanted ads at the beginning of every month. And the sneak peeks are also a free group that you can definitely add to. Those are for people who are considering coaching. Also, I post an invitation 3 times a week. Sometimes I try different times, or I create a sense of urgency and tell people exactly what to do. I don't leave it up in the air. In the post, I write, email me or leave your email below. And if you really want to create a sense of urgency, you should say like apply by October 12th or join by October 12th. And that's something that I didn't necessarily do about this challenge group that we started just now. And so next month I will incorporate that, but creating a sense of urgency really shows people that this is a big decision to make, yes, but if you don't make it now, when are you going to make it? Something else about the invitation post is that you have to let people know that there's a party and that they're invited to it. So you can't just, if you're sending out an invitation to an actual party, you have to plan that party and set the date before you send out the invitation. So think of it that way. You need to have that consistent calendar so that you know what you're inviting to and so that people know what to expect. Okay, so the next, no matter what, is to post on social media a lot. And I know you hear this a lot, but that's because it's important. You absolutely have to leverage the power of social media because, I mean, let's be honest, nobody knows what a coach is or what they can do for them or how it can affect them. And they probably don't even really know you. So if you have a personal or fitness account, it really doesn't matter. You need to be posting on it, and you need to be posting about the business, about your workouts, about your meals, about the downsides and the upsides. It might be a little bit out of the norm for you, especially if you post normally, I don't know, like once a month or once a week, but it's going to be uncomfortable to post 3 times a day. I understand that, but your success club and your growth absolutely depends on it. So I really love this example. If you had a boss at a regular office job and he told you that you needed to post on their business social account 3 times a day, you would do it without question because that's your job. Why is it any different in Beachbody? Because most of you have probably found me on Instagram, and in that post that I caught your eye with, it said, do you want to work on social media? Do you want to work from home? Your job isn't to sit on the couch and, I don't know, watch TV and just goof around. Your job is to post on social media. So you need to give yourself more respect than you would give that boss. Everyone on this team met me by seeing one of those work from home and get paid to post on social media. And that piqued your interest for a reason. So don't just let it be work, let it be fun. If you are interested in social media, don't just blow it off. You need to make it how you want it to be and, shape your social media into what you want. So something that I've noticed with myself is that when I'm not posting, it's most likely because I'm not doing the vital behaviors. So I know that when I don't work out, for example, or if I don't eat super healthy one day, I have nothing to post. So if you are doing the things that actually are required of us as coaches and being a product of the product, then you have no excuse to not be posting on social media, because it's as easy as taking a selfie or taking a picture of your plate. And yes, it takes a little bit more effort than that to make it pretty, but really, if you are doing the vital behaviors, you have a lot to share with people. And especially when you're a newer coach, like newer meaning 1 week to 3 years old, you really need to be posting more than once a day to let people get to know you, so that when you send them an invite message or you post a call to action, they actually trust you and know you well enough to interact with you. So you really need to create a page that wouldn't weird you out. I know when I'm scrolling through Instagram and I go to a page and all I see is It Works products and ads and stuff, I click away ASAP. Like, I'm not even interested. So if those people instead would have had pictures of their workouts, or I don't even know what It Works does necessarily, but if they would have had something that shows me that they are an actual person with family and, I don't know, dogs, I'm interested in dogs, and they're positive and uplifting and stuff, then I might be interested. So my message to you is to not be a Beachbody robot, just be you. And if you don't know what to post on social media, again, if you're doing those vital behaviors, that should be what you're posting. I'm going to say what I always say, but you need to go watch and rewatch and take notes on the IF Institute video on social media, because that's a really great source of training. I pulled from a lot of different things that I've listened to and learned from, and I included a lot of resources for you. So I want you to also know that there are limitless trainings over social media, and not even just for Beachbody, but for Instagram or Facebook in general. If you just search Instagram how-to on YouTube, you will have a ton of things pop up. So just be resourceful and go find things that pull from different resources. So if you say you don't know what to post, you're just giving yourself a bullshit excuse, and that's just the honest truth. All right. Know what? Number 3, no matter what, is number 3, inviting. And this is something that I'm very excited to share with you guys, because I put a lot of effort into this section of the training because I know we all need it, including myself. So this was another whole topic option for an entire team call. And I think Katie was the one who said she couldn't choose just between one of them. And so you're going to get training on both things today. So if you feel a little intimidated and hesitant to start inviting, just know you're not alone. A lot of people never start inviting. But guess what? Those people who never get out of their comfort zone and never start inviting are the same people who are emerald for a year, or who never grow their business whatsoever and never make a paycheck. So knowing that other people think it's hard and intimidating is not an excuse. There is a recipe for making inviting successful. And so that includes posting 2 to 4 days to make yourself known. Always adding to your network. I like to add 3 to 5 new friends or followers on Instagram a day. And so I do that with Facebook also. And for Facebook, I just scroll down and there's always a, I think it's called You Should or You May Know section. And it has a bunch of profiles pulled from my mutual friends. And I will just add from that list there. And not only just adding them to your network, but also engaging with them as often as possible, so that if they see your name once, they're not going to know who you are or what you do. But you always want to have more eyes coming back to your page, and every comment or every like or whatever interaction is a new lead for them to look at your page. So another thing that is in the recipe for making inviting successful is to make a message from you a normal occurrence. And I never really thought of this until I think it was this summer, but I started doing email chains. And you don't have to do email chains, but just if people are constantly seeing your name in their inbox, or they're getting value from you and they want to open your messages, then it's not going to be weird when you send them an invite message. So this could be email campaigns or just direct messages on whatever social media platform. And you could be sending them a workout or a move of the day, or, hey, I've been thinking of you, hope you have a great day. Something that has nothing to do with Beachbody, but just letting them know that they're on your mind, that you have something to offer them that will help them. And even if they don't respond, it still plants a seed. And something that I've really, really loved is a random recipe message. And I think I'm going to go over that later, but excuse me. And these just really start a conversation. In a perfect world, every conversation would turn into a challenge pack, but it's just not a perfect world. However, whether you get a response or not, you're still planting that seed. So don't think of the goal of an invite to get or to sell a challenge pack. Think of instead that the goal of a message or an invite is just getting eyes back to your page. So even if they're not ready to accept the challenge pack or to accept your challenge or whatever you're messaging them about right now, if that's not right for them, it'll still put you on their radar and they'll see your post later. They're going to come back and say yes when they are ready. Just remember that you're building for the future, and when you send invites, that's what you're doing. So start doing that now. The longer you wait, the longer you're going to have to wait for that successful future. So how do you actually invite? I want to give you new information. I know you've probably watched invitation trainings before, or that's been a common theme in a lot of calls or trainings that you've listened to, but I really want to give you something that you can actually put into action, because I too have listened to a lot of trainings on inviting, and I've really never mastered it until I think recently. I'm not going to say I mastered it, but I've gotten better at it, and I want to share how I did that with you. Of course, I have to plug in that you should refer back to the IF Institute, because watching it once just isn't enough, and you'll hear or get something new out of it every time you watch it. So anyways, I'm going to tell you exactly what I've been saying to people, and you'll see that it really, really doesn't have to be scary or intimidating. So to begin with, you need to recall our goal of inviting, which is just getting in front of people. Something that I think most coaches should do, and the sooner the better, is start sending texts or messages to every contact in your phone. And you don't have to do it in bulk, but use your contacts that you already have as your list. So pull from there, and don't freak out. Just hear me out when I say that you should be messaging everyone. But you can say something as simple as, hey, I know you're already into whatever they're knowledgeable about, and say, I am looking to collaborate and get some ideas for my own fitness business. I'd appreciate your input, and I'd love to chat with you. So it's really as simple as that, and that leaves the door open for them to talk about whatever they really want, because it's what they're knowledgeable and what they're comfortable talking about. If I message, let's say, who's someone that I have on my phone, one of my old high school teachers, she is not into health and fitness whatsoever. If I message her about that, she's not going to want to talk about it. But if I say, hey, I know you're really knowledgeable about how to put together sentences, and I really need to work on that for my business, I'd love to hear what your thoughts are. And that's something that she'd be more interested in, because you're opening the door for her to help you. And yes, we want to help everyone that we're inviting, but it's nice to give them the opportunity to also put in their input. So I really like that method, and it also opens the conversation to the business opportunity, because when you ask, or when you tell them that you have your own fitness business, they're automatically going to ask about it, and they may actually offer what they need to you in the conversation. So they say, oh, you have a fitness business? That's awesome. I really need to get on that. And you can store that in your brain for future conversations and say, hey, remember when you mentioned to me that you really needed to start working out? Well, I appreciate your help, and I'd love if you actually join my next challenge group. I'd love to have you in it. So that's something cool about this method of inviting. And on top of that, it also opens the door to the challenge opportunity, because they could realize that it would actually help them in the process of them giving you advice. So just something to think about. So you will have to have these conversations with people. And I completely understand if that's a scary thought right now, but don't shy away from it just because, because you're new, or because you might not know the answer to their questions. If it's over text, then you have time to Google it and just leave that message and go figure out the answer if you don't know. If it's over a phone call or a voice message or something like that, it's not the end of the world if you don't know the answer. You can say something like, I'm not sure, I'm going to have to go find that out for you, and they're going to understand. So my advice to you is to fake it until you make it, because that's really something that I live by. You know, as soon as I started coaching, I was acting like I was an expert, and I really wasn't. Guys, I figured it out as I went. And people still will like ask me questions about like why they have spider veins, and just like health related questions that are more medical than nutritional or anything like that. And it's just because they know that I have this Instagram and this Facebook page going. And I'm like, I don't know if that's what that is caused by. I'll have to go look that up. And that's really my answer for them. They don't get disappointed because I don't know everything. So just don't wait until you know everything. So on top of inviting to people in your phone contacts, you should also, of course, be pulling from your social media contacts, because those are also contacts that you already have. And a method that I really mentioned that I really like is the random recipe. And I just had this idea pop into my head like over the summer, and I started following it, and I followed my gut, and I ended up loving it. So thank God. But I really don't filter anyone out of my invite list, whether they are a teacher or a coach or my friend's mom or like whoever. Everyone needs to be healthy and fit. And so I don't take the responsibility of choosing who wants to be healthy and fit. I just let them decide the answer. So I will go down my list of friends or my followers, and I will just message whoever is up next. I'm still like, I've been trying for months to find a tutorial on how to print my Facebook friend list, and I haven't been able to do that. But once I do find out how, I will share that with you guys, because I am more of a pen and paper person and I want to cross it out. But for now, I've just been going down my list. I just keep a tab open of my friends list and I go from there. But anyways, if you look at that list and you try to filter through and actually pick who you're going to invite, that alone is going to take you like 30 minutes just to send 5 invites. So you really need to work smarter and not harder, and not pick and choose who you're going to invite to. So whoever is up next, I open up a message with them and I send them this really quick message. I say, hey, every day I select one of my friends to share a random recipe with, because as you may or may not know, I am a health support group host here on Facebook. Today's recipe is yada, yada, yada. And I like to kind of keep it current. So I'm actually, after this call, I'm going to go look for a nice fall recipe that people might be interested in, something with a crock pot maybe. And I'll include that in the message. And then I'll say, do you think this is something you try? And they answer yes or no. But if it's yes, and I'll say like, awesome, I shared this with my support group and they actually really like it. And I say, I can add you if you want more free recipes. And that's just a conversation starter. And again, they'll ask more questions about the challenge group usually, because I don't really go into depth explaining it in that short little message that I sent them. And so they'll ask their questions, and it's just like me forming them. So I am answering their questions. I ask about their goals and how it might help them. Or even if they say no, they wouldn't like that recipe, it kind of took me a while to build up the confidence, but eventually I started asking why not. Or I don't just say why not, but I'll ask what they didn't like about it, and I'll go out of my way to find a recipe that they do like, given on that answer, so that I'm even adding value for people who don't like the first recipe that I send them. And it really doesn't take that long, because it's a copy and paste note that I have on my phone, and I just post it into everyone's message that I send. But I've really been liking this method, and it'll make the conversation feel less invasive, and it'll also make them feel special because they're the one friend that I'm messaging that day, even though I'm messaging 10 people, but it'll pique their interest and add value all at once. So don't get down on yourself if you hear a lot of crickets at first, or, even now I hear crickets. So statistics show that 1 out of 10 people will even respond. So let's see, I don't know if okay. 1 out of 10 people will respond. So if you want to reach a minimum of Success Club 5, you need to be messaging 50 people. On top of that, there's a 50-50 chance. I don't know how I can get rid of this toolbar so you can see it, but there's a 50-50 chance that the people who do respond will be interested in a challenge pack. So if you want to 100% guarantee that you will reach Success Club 5 and actually maximize your probability of that, then you need to be talking to a minimum of 100 people a day, or 100 people a month, excuse me. And that really breaks down to less than 5 people a day. So it's really not that intimidating when you break it down by the numbers. All right. The no matter what, number 4, I hope that helped you guys. I gave you a few different invite methods that I've really been liking, and you should try it because it worked for me, and I think it'll work for you too. But no matter what, number 4 is to decide to reach Success Club, because this is just crucial. I can be honest. This is a funny story now that I look back at it, but when I first signed up, I didn't really understand the concept of Success Club, and I didn't realize that it wasn't a requirement. So I thought that I would get my coach account canceled if I didn't reach Success Club. So I had the mindset every month that I had to make it happen. And guess what happened? I reached Success Club 12 plus for my first 3 months and almost every month after that. There have been months where I've reached Success Club 6 or 8, but I've still reached it every single month. So because I started with the requirement outlook, I made it happen. I didn't just set a goal, because goals are great and I love goals. Goals are great, but it's actually normal for people to fall short of their goals. So don't set a goal. I didn't want to fall short of helping 3 people a month. So I didn't make a goal. I made a decision. And I talked to everyone when I first started. I was really focused on my support system at first. So my mom was my first challenge pack sale. And at the same time, she was my first coach, because I wanted to knock 2 birds out with 1 stone. And so I wanted to become Emerald at the same time as reaching Success Club. So with my mom as my first customer, she was helping me reach 2 milestones in the business. Some other people that I reached out to were my boyfriend, my friend's parents, my boyfriend's parents, my coworkers, my coaches, friends, etc. So don't just think that because you started this that people will think you're annoying, because I was surprised at how supportive a lot of people were who I didn't necessarily think they'd want to hear from me. So just keep the mindset that this is easy if you just talk to people. Helping 3 people really isn't that intimidating, and it's really an easy, or it should be an easy decision to make. When you signed up to be a coach, you pretty much made the decision that you're going to help people, and you need to help 3 people a month. That's really not that many people when you consider the amount of people that you actually know, right? So the key is doing the vital behaviors and sharing on social media and making that decision every single day. There will be days where you feel defeated and negative and just plain tired. So I just want to stress that you should do it anyways. This is what will set you apart, is if you do it on the days even when you don't feel like it, or when you feel like you don't have time, or whatever your mindset is that day, just do it anyways. When you're feeling down, a good way to get out of that funk is, for me, I listen to a podcast that really, like, I have the same one that I listen to over and over again, because the first time I listened to it, it made me bawl my eyes out, and still to this day, it like lights a fire under my butt. So that's what I listen to. You can also listen to music and dance and sing, or you can listen to a motivational video on YouTube, or whatever it takes for you to get out of that funk and to get pumped about doing the invites or doing your workout or typing out a social media post, whatever it might be that you don't want to do. Just get in the right mindset and make it happen. Look at my notes. My thing isn't working. Sorry, guys. All right. So no matter what, number 5 is to track. And most coaches actually never track who they talk to and who's interested and who said not right now. And that really hurts them in the long run. And I myself waited months and months to start tracking. And when I had to go back and find all the people that I had talked to in my first few months, it was a nightmare. So my advice to you is to start tracking right now, because if you're doing, what that minimum requirement is 100 plus invites every month, you're going to forget who and what you talk about. And so I really want to stress that if you're a pen and paper person, or, whatever, you can track on pen and paper, Google Sheets, Excel, whatever works for you. There's also like Teamzy and Asana, which are subscription websites. I've tried Teamzy, and I think it would be really great for other people. For myself, again, I like pen and paper. So but it costs $30 a month, and Asana, I think, costs something else too. I also use Streak for Gmail, and I plan to do a training video on that. But moving on, just tracking is basically your what you can fall back on in future months. You're building that momentum, so you've got to keep that momentum with you. If you add a new snowflake to that snowball, but at the same time you're losing a snowflake every time, you're momentum is never going to grow. Does that make sense? So something that I really think is a good tool, and I haven't stressed it enough, but I'm really going to start, is the business activity tracker. And that is given to you in your back office as well as in the IF Institute. And I actually heard of an idea, and I think it's really interesting. So I'm going to want your guys' opinions on this. But there's this thing called Bat for the Hat. And basically, the business activity tracker is like a fundamental system. So it has you track your invites, your workout, and you know, a few other daily vital behaviors that you should be doing. And if you send that to me for 8 weeks, like every Sunday, let's say, and it's all filled out, then I send you a team hat. I thought it was just a cute idea. But if you're filling out that business activity tracker every single week and every single day, then your business is going to grow in that meantime. So bottom line, you just really need to write down what you're talking about and keep an ongoing record of who you talk to, because it's what your business is all about, is networking. So if you don't know how, just look it up, because there's actually a lot of different trainings. And like I said, I am going to try to do a training call here soon on Google Streak. And that is just all in my email. So it's all in one place. It's really simplified my life. So yeah, why do you need to track? Because people who say no really just mean not right now. So you might just be coming to them at a point when it's legitimately not right for them to start something new or to take on a new task every day. And tracking those who say no will allow you to come back to them at a later time when it might be better for them. And also, again, this gives you a list to do those email chains with that I talked about, or to invite people to your new challenge groups every month if they have said no previously. So even if nothing else changes, it also gives you just a list of people to talk to every single month. All right, so those are my 5 no matter whats, and they're actually action items that you can put into action right now. And I can 100% guarantee that if you actually do these and you do them every single day consistently, then you'll hit Success Club no problem. So know what I told you and put them into action. Don't just listen to this call and be pumped up by it, but really just go incorporate it into your business. And I can only just imagine how much we will grow as a team together. So I hope this was as helpful as I thought it was. There's a lot of information. So again, I will post the recordings so that you can rewatch it if you want. And I will post this as soon as possible. All right, guys, that's all I have for you tonight. I am going to end the video and get to posting. Thanks for hopping on. Bye.